Hey everybody, this is Beth from Quilts and Lace, and we're doing Toolbox Tuesday. If you guys have watched before here at Quilts and Lace some of our videos, you guys know I love the One Block Wonder. So I'm always looking for fabrics that you can use to stitch up this quilt. This is one that I did quite a long time ago. It's a Laurel Birch fabric, and other than the cubes that are offset there on the sides, this is one fabric. And here is the book, one of them actually. She's got many One Block Wonder books out there. But the biggest question we get is, what fabric can I use to make my One Block Wonder? And I have a tool that we can use with that. So we'll walk over to the cutting table here, and I'm going to show you some fabrics that I've pulled out and how to use our tool called Magic Mirrors. So it's by Marty Mitchell, and what it is, I haven't peeled the little plastic off, so the mirror actually does a little better job reflecting. But what you use this for is to make a 60-degree, because the One Block Wonder is made using creating a hexagon. And so I use my mirror and angle it at about 60 degrees, and then I can just move it on the fabric to find what it's going to look like when I cut my fabric up precisely using 6 layers of fabric, and what it'll look like using these 2 mirrors. So you kind of get the whole kaleidoscope visual of when you cut your triangles up, what they'll look like. So when you're looking for your fabric, one of the first things that you want to do is look at the repeat. And I don't know if you can see this little, I think he's a French angelfish there, and I got another one over here. So if I measure the distance, he's about 18 inches apart. So this has about an 18-inch repeat. You can really use any increment of repeats. But the smaller that repeat is, the less variety you're going to have with your hexagons. The bigger it is, the more variety and the larger the quilt. This one that I did back there, that was a 24-inch repeat. So you can see I was able to make a pretty large quilt with that. But maybe you only want a wall hanging. So again, you're just going to take your tool, you're going to form about a 60-degree, and you're just going to move it along and see if it's interesting enough with the visual. So like this one here is pretty gorgeous. I look at it. So let me take another fabric just so we can compare. This here is a floral one. And this one has a little bit bigger repeat. I think this is like a 24-inch repeat. So I'm just finding this blue little spot here, and it repeats again down there. So this one I believe is about a 24-inch repeat. And so again, if I put my mirror here and just kind of go back and forth, you can see the beautiful visual you have. I mean, look how pretty that is. Really, really pretty. So this one will be a beautiful One Block Wonder. If you just put it all over the place. Okay. Another one I have is this one right here, and this one is a beautiful fabric, but you can see it's a little bit more repetitive, or a smaller repeat, I should say. So if we put this one up here, it is gorgeous, but just know this repeat looks like it's only about 8 inches or 10 inches. So it's just, you're going to have less variety with it. Still very pretty. So nothing wrong with using this. Just know that either make a smaller quilt or less variety. Another one that you can use, and in fact there's a book that shows how to do just specific One Block Wonders, is to take a panel. So you would just take 6 panels, and again, if you've been watching me on Facebook, I've been working on this one here, And again, if you just take it you can see kind of the interesting visuals that you'll have using this fabric. I've already cut all of them out on this particular one here, so I'm going to have a very large blue section, but I actually think it's going to be very pretty because I'm going to arrange that blue to kind of wind around all these other images. Now, a fabric that might not be so interesting is something that has a lot of the same background and that the images are very small. But again, with this tool, I can confirm. So if I put this up here, I think what you'll find is all my hexagons that I create are very, very similar. So not something that's going to be interesting, not something that's going to flow, because it's mostly going to be black with little bits of color. So this is the Marty Mitchell Magic Mirror, and it is a wonderful tool for finding out if you've got the correct fabric to make a one block wonder. Thank you guys for joining me.